Hello learners, Namaskar. I am Pragya, welcoming you in your YouTube channel English Seeker. Today I will discuss about the second story of the second chapter of the book Flamingo. So the book is Flamingo, second chapter's title is Lost Spring and the second story's title is I Want to Drive a Car. This is a story about a character whose name is Mukesh and he belongs to Firozabad. So let's see the summary. Just I am not going to explain anything about the author just because I have explained in the first video of the chapter Lost Spring. So if you want to take the information about the author, you can visit to that video. You can go there and you can get the informations from there. So let's start the summary of the second story, I Want to Drive a Car. So let's start. Yes, the author comes across Mukesh in Firozabad. His family is engaged in bangle making, but Mukesh insists on being his own master and he said that I will be a motor mechanic. He announces, I will learn to drive a car. He also says about this, he also says this. So further the story moves and the author gave the introduction about the city Firozabad. So Firozabad is famous for its bangles. Every other family in Firozabad is engaged in making bangles. Families have spent generations working around furnaces, welding glass, making bangles for women. None of them known that it is illegal for children like Mukesh to work in the glass furnace with high temperatures in digging cells without air and light. They slog their daylight hours, often losing the brightness of their eyes. If the law is enforced, it could get Mukesh and 20,000 children out of the hot furnaces. They walk down stinking lanes choked with garbage past homes that remains hovels with crumbling walls, wobbly doors and no windows. Humans and animals coexist there. They enter a half-built shack. One part of it is thatched with dead grass. A frail young woman is cooking evening meal over a firewood stove. So who was she? Let's see. Who was cooking food there? She is the wife of Mukesh, elder brother, and already is charge of three men: her husband Mukesh and their father. His father is a poor bangle maker. Despite long years of hard labor, first as a tailor and then as a bangle maker, he has failed to renovate a house and send his two sons to school. All he has managed to do it is teach them what he knows, the art of making bangles. Mukesh's grandmother has watched her own husband go blind with the dust from polishing the glass of bangles. She says that it is his destiny. She implies that God given lineages can never be broken. They have been born in the caste of bangle makers and have seen nothing but bangles of various colors. Boys and girls sit with fathers and mothers welding pieces of colored glass into circles of bangles. They work in dark hutments. Next, the lines of flames of the flickering oil lamps. Their eyes are more adjusted to the dark than to the light outside. They often end up losing their eyesight before they became adults. So here there is a character Savita, which is given in the last stanza of page number 18. Yeah, Savita, a young girl, is a drab pink dress, sits alongside an elderly woman. She is shouldering pieces of soldering the pieces of a glass. Her hands moves mechanically like the tongues of a machine. Perhaps she does not know the sanctity of the bangles she helps make. The old woman beside her has not enjoyed even one full meal in her entire lifetime. Her husband is an old man with flowing beard. He knows nothing except bangles. He has made a house for the family to live in. He has a roof over his head. So little has changed little has moved with time in Firozabad. Families do not have enough to eat. They do not have money to do anything except carry on the business of making bangles. The young men echo the lament of their elders. They have fallen into the vicious circle of middlemen who trapped their fathers and forefathers. Years of mind numbing toil have killed all initiatives and their ability to dream. They are unwilling to get organized into a cooperative. They fear that they will be hauled hauled up by the police, beaten and dragged to jail for doing something illegal. There is no leader among them. No one helps them to see things differently. All of them appeared tired. They talk of poverty, apathy, greed, and injustice. Two distinct worlds are visible. One, families caught in poverty and burdened with the stigma of caste in which they are born. The other, a vicious circle of money lenders, the middlemen, the policemen, the keepers of law, and politicians. Together, they have imposed the badges on the child that he cannot put it down. He accepts it as naturally as his father. To do anything else would mean to dare, and daring is not part of his growing up. The author is cheered when he senses a flash of it in Mukesh, who wants to be a motor mechanic. So this was the summary of the second part, I want to drive a car. And if you have any problem to understand it clearly and completely, so you can write in comment box. I can provide you its Hindi version too. I mean, that's the summary in Hindi too. So till then, stay connected and stay tuned. Thank you.